again. Like, damn, bitch. What are you doing? I'm doing what God tells me to do. Shit. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. Here with another message. Well, our last messages were really dark and dingy, and like, ew, ew. But first, we gotta start with some more dingy shit. Bro, the fuck was you thinking, bro? If you don't shut up. I posted on my community page. I can't believe him. I can. Just when I think you can't sink any lower. How low can they go? That's pretty low, Kanye West. I posted on my community page. I was like on Facebook waiting for the dentist to do the dentist thing. And I see it. I was like, I will kill you, bro. I cannot believe that. Now, mind you, I just spoke about this 2 days ago. And he wants to come out here calling somebody's kids retarded. But I told you I didn't know what to call him either. I was like, we called it a mental retardation. We didn't know the actual proper, pronunciation. And it wasn't even identifiable back then. Now there's a whole spectrum of them. And you say it's somewhere on the spectrum. And they have an actual identifying, disability. But I couldn't believe him. He's such a douchebag. This is a person, that uses what they know as power to hurt other people. That was hurtful. In the sense of, he didn't have no right because, he brewed his babies in a fucking lab too, bro. And he only carries one around. He's got like 5 other that are kind of a little spectrum. You'll see. Or maybe you won't. And that's why he doesn't carry his own kids around. And that's projections, guys. That's what people do, is they point fingers at you for what's wrong with them. And I have to sit here and be this, dirty fucking girl hanging on the cross showing you that this is me. In all my dirty glory. You know what I mean? And that's what we do. And first off, 99.9% of every being doesn't even know that they're aware. That's why there's so much of God's forgiveness upon you, is you're fully unaware of what you're doing to yourself and to others. And really, your attempts to hurt others are just coming from a hurt place inside of yourself. And when you realize that people are just being hurtful because they're hurting, all forgiveness is given. Going back to my twin flames, there's all this, oh yeah. And then I posted that. It was a matcha strategic. What's matcha? Matcha, girl. It's a side of the Morgan that we obviously opened a door to that I told you not to be knocking on. You keep on knocking, but you shouldn't come in. Anyways, what was it? I am so tired of his shit. I am so sick and tired of his shit. So I was like, oh, you want to play games? You want to play fucking mind games? You want to play fucking mind games? All right, remember this? And you're like, oh my God, bitch, you took a picture of yourself? It was that day. You want to keep fucking trying to reach out me? Reach out, bitch. Remember me then. You want to play games? I remember. That's his last memory. He had a whole earth angel wrapped around his wiener. And what did he do? Act like a fucking wiener. You dick. Going back to it. Yeah, I'm having a whole lot of fun in my life. How's your life going? Let me tell you what really happened. Dude, I literally peeled off my clothes, put on some comfy clothes, laid down in the midst of this king-size wonderfulness. King-size. That sounded like, dude, am I talking about a man? Damn, that sounded like that should be on some really, dude, put that on a fucking... Holy Spirit, put that in the red light district, please. Sorry. It's a dangerous place. We're just going to put that somewhere else. Anyways, going back to that, I laid down in my bed and I was like super duper comfortable and I was like, oh fuck, I'm supposed to be at the fucking dentist. I got up and got there exactly at the moment I was supposed to be there, dude. Then I get there, and I have like, all right, let me tell you this stupid-ass story. This is stupid-ass story. But you don't get to be 40 years old and you haven't heard some stupid-ass stories like this. You know what it is? Old people get to stories like this, and that's why I didn't tell you this story, because this is an old person story. The insurance company wouldn't cover my fucking needs. You only say that when you're old, bro. No young person will ever tell you how insurance, you have to pay out of pocket for some bullshit. What does that mean? It means my insurance company won't cover it. What are we talking about? Only old people use that kind of situation. Let me tell you what happened. This is some bullshit. I just want to tell you. So, I was supposed to be approved. I got approved last year for a one-time, once in a lifetime replacement. You can get a replacement. What happened? My dog ate my fucking teeth, bro. I swear to God on everything holy. Not once, but twice, bro. And then when I told them that it happened the second time, they're like, that does happen. You know you can get a once-in-a-lifetime replacement. I was like, oh my God, really? Because I paid over $800 for this pair. For the last pair, she did this too. And they're like, so they applied for it, and I got approved. But then I moved to fucking Oklahoma. And the thing is I couldn't get them done before I left. And it's not even that. It's that they have to be sized. It takes a couple weeks to figure out, you know what I mean? They're fucking deadly, dude. They dig into your gums and shit. They gotta, like, cut them down. And it takes some time, right? So anyways, I got approved for them last year, but I didn't get them done in the time period. So I come back this year, and they deny the approval. I was like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, yeah, well, I don't know. I'm like, well, that sucks. That's some bullshit. And then, okay, so this is not even making it up, dude. Okay, so in the essence, at this point, this is the conversation that me and the doctor had like 2 months ago. He's like, well, we'll go ahead and we'll resend in that approval. And while we're at it, we'll just shoot in the dark. It doesn't look like you're missing enough of the bottom teeth, but we can see. Just for fun, we'll see. So then they send in the approvals of one that I'm supposed to be getting for sure and one I probably shouldn't get, but we're going to try it because he's taken out quite a few of my bottom teeth. And he's just trying to, you know what I mean? So then it comes back and they approve the bottom teeth, which I don't even have enough missing that I should be getting this for free. You know what I mean? And then they won't give me the top teeth, which are the ones I need to eat. So, like, I'm like, you guys are some assholes, but fine, whatever. So then I'm waiting till I can get the money to get my own top teeth. So I come in today, I'm ready to buy my top teeth. You're going to pay for my bottom teeth. Everything is good. They're like, well, hold on. We went and resent that we resent it to them to see if they'll approve it again. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, well, I don't see why they shouldn't. We're just going to go ahead and check again. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So anyways, they didn't take my credit card. So in essence, I believe that I should get what I'm eligible to get. And I got the free shit was just the bottom teeth, and I'm getting those anyways. And so it was a good day in the neighborhood. But anyways, that's some old ass shit. And that was the best part of my day, is that I didn't have to give away $800 something today. And that's cool. But again, I might have to give it away later. I don't know if they say no. And that's what I can do, is I can totally take it. And I didn't fight the system. I'm like, fine, whatever you say. Persephone, I comply. I surrender. Whatever you say, bro. Let me scrounge up some money. Anyway, so I just want to show you that, like, I'm old and shit. And where did that problem come from? Fucking witchcraft. These motherfuckers. Granted, when you get old, your teeth aren't always the best anyways, but when you put all that kind of fucking witchcraft on it, dude, it was a domino effect. They just kept, dude, all of my back teeth, I lost all of them. And my fangs, but those were a baby problem. Because I never got my adult fangs to grow in. My little ones never fell out, and my big ones never came in. So then the little ones were just old, and they had to come out because they were painful. So that was the whole reason that I had any kind of partial teeth to begin with, is because they took out the little baby ones, and I didn't want caps in my teeth. And now I really don't have them, just those little ones, but the back ones, it's like I can't chew big, I want to eat meat. That was a good one. I love it. Anyways, moving on. I don't know. I just got to show you, it's like I'm all spiritual and shit, but then I still have to, like, my body breaks down too, and fuck the body. This is stupid. Everybody, whose song is that? Oh God, it's Nicki Minaj. Oh no, are you coming back and asking for forgiveness? You didn't wrong me. I don't give a shit what you do with your life, bro. Going back to the twin flames. Bro, you fuck off. In the sense of, I was talking about Bobby. fucking gift. You don't get the fuck up out of my energy. You want to play energy games? You want to play around? I got a memory, somewhat. I remember you had designs on your underwear. Did you see my underwear? Nope. Don't fuck with the Lilith. It's so dangerous, dude. I'm so serious. I'm so serious, and that's why God don't let me fuck with you. I can't fuck with you. Because I will fuck with you, bro. I'm so about my powerful life. And fuck your fucking wife. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, man, I already know what this card is. You know what that burnt ass card is? That's some burnt ass shit, dude. It could be you. Come on, let's talk about your obsessions and your possessions. Part 2 of the earlier video. Come on. Damn it. Yeah, I'm a whole fun. Come on, chosen ones, light workers. Grand rising, beautiful souls. I'm terrifying, aren't I? That's what I was talking about that video. It's like, dude, he cannot wrap his head around the fact that he had a whole me. I think it's funny as fuck. He's all trying to pull on my heartstrings. I'm gonna pull your dick, bro. What the fuck do you think you're gonna get out of me? I'm gonna ruin your fucking lifestyle. Super funny. It's super funny. It's like I'm every bit the light and the dark. Mr. King of Pentacles popped up. Could be an earth sign. Get out of my face. Super funny. Let's go to the pits of hell here. No, I was feeling it. I was totally feeling doing a tarot reading. I just didn't know all this was gonna come out. You never know what's gonna come out. That was funny. Yeah, I posted this picture. In my community page. Of the day I went to go see Bobby. Nobody knew but me and him. And I just threw that shit all at him. Yeah, fuck you. That's what everybody said. You're lucky you don't remember. Not when you want to have some memories. But yeah, I am. Lucky the Phoenix. Before I became the Priestess and shit. Alright, the underworld. He literally said it, you guys. I promise I have the messages. So fucking hilarious. I was like, tell me how you feel. Tell me how you felt. Tell me how you feel. I have the messages, and I quote, I feel like you're the devil trying to convince me that the grass is greener in hell. I'm so trying to convince you. Let the force be with you. All right. Pray to Jesus. Who do you think set me free? Anyway. What did I mean by consume the spirit? You guys didn't get that. I heard that when I was driving. Somebody was asking me, what does it mean you can consume the spirit? Meaning I'll take it. I won't cast it out. I'll bring it with me. I'll take the spirit off the person and put it inside of myself. Everybody quiet? Earlier I did a video talking about exorcisms and how spirit works and all of that shit. And the difference in my belief systems and those of the traditional teachings of the Catholic Church and the Christian Church and all of that bullshit. The bishop of the Catholic Church. It's funny because you're trying to seek the Christians, but you got to go through the Catholics to get to them. What you really don't know is, just kidding. Going back to it, I was talking about, I personally wouldn't cast the spirit out with, you know what I mean, with fear. I would invite it in. There's a difference. I'll bring it to the light. What I told you inside of me. What's stopping them from the light? My skin. I invite you in. Into what? Into the light. Stupid. That's all that's in here. I have to share that video. Anyways. Your projection of hell and all of that stuff is a liminal space that still occupies our reality, but it's not real in the way that you guys have created such things. Going back to it, I think that you're the devil. Yes, I am Lilith. I was considered the devil's wife in all scriptures. In every teaching, I am considered the devil's wife. Whether it be Shiva, Solomon, Osiris. You know what I mean? I was the goddess of resurrection. I've always been the freaking mother of the underworld. Always. Always. So at least you got me right. But you got the story wrong. I am. What you don't understand is you're already in hell. I'm not inviting you in. I'm walking you out. Because the very things that you think are hell are your way out. And that's just owning these things that you think you're demonized for. Your lust, your greed. You know what I mean? They tell you, okay. Praying to Lucifer and Lilith, praying to dark entities so that you can empower yourself. You're empowering your dark sides. Which is the sides of you that you're, you know what I mean? I'm looking at, I'm seeing Peter Parker. Peter Parker was a fucking pussy. Peter Parker is a pussy. Say it with me. Peter Parker is a pussy. But when the venom came over him, he felt fucking powerful as fuck. He felt radiant. He felt fucking cocky. He felt like a fucking boss. But Peter Parker was a bitch. He needed to put that suit on to feel powerful. He was still, you know, and that goes back to Superman and Clark Kent. Clark Kent was a bitch. Clark Kent was a cunt. Let's use these. Let's rhyme this shit. Peter Parker was a pussy and Clark Kent was a cunt. Write that down, Holy Spirit. You and your superhero bullshit. In the sense of they were nobody. Iron Man was nobody until he grabbed that fucking sense of fucking, you know what I mean, rebellion and rage. You know what I mean? They weren't anything outside of their mutation of their dark feelings and their dark feelings to rise up against the patriarchy of humanity. Who were they fighting? Bad guys. Guys, nevertheless. But guys. Guys fighting guys. The good guys, they became good. You know, that goes back to the Black Widow. I spent my whole life killing guys. Now at least I'm killing them with a reason. God made me a killer, and now I'm killing for the right reasons. You know what I mean? He made you in this form. You know, whatever. And that's what I was saying about the darkness. It's like the darkness flees when the light comes because they lose all power. In the sense of you're no longer needed. Come on. Come home. That's it. But when the Christian church goes in and they start casting, a man stands before a divine being and starts casting him out and saying that they are more powerful than the divine being, you're going to have a showdown in that room. For sure. But when a divine being like myself walks into the room of a divine being and calls that divine being home, there's not much of a fight. And that goes back to what happens when I'm in your presence, right? Your fucking flesh and shit your mind's running 1,000,000 miles a minute and all this bullshit. You're filled with all of your fleshly, you know, fears and desires and passions and, you know what I mean, fucking projections and realities and shit. But your heart, that's the divine being, knows that I'm here. Make way, the image of God. The bells are heard as I walk down the streets. And that's what calls my attention, that calls your attention. Your spirit will, from nowhere, will make you look upon me. And what it is the same thing how your spirit will call you to look upon a bird that's passing by. It's an energetic exchange. You're in the dark and you walk past me and I light up everybody. I send sparks of light. I am the light. I wake everyone up. I'm sending electricity through everyone. And it's like, you're called to it. And that's what animals, how I work with the animals and with certain things. It's like there's an electricity, there's a spirit. I'm trying to find words to, it's my spirit. Your spirit is calling to connect with my spirit because it knows that I'm a Holy Spirit. Your spirit knows. Your mind can't fathom what I am, even though I sit here all day trying to explain it. I mean, it's been explained in many cultures and in many times and in many spaces, but your mind can't comprehend that it's real in front of you. But you deny what's real, you know what I mean? How many of you have really seen aliens? You deny what you see all the time. And that's just your logic. Your logic tries to deny it, but your heart knows it. So, going back to this, the underworld, that's what I started laughing about. It's like, I'm considered the goddess of hell. But this is hell on earth. Why else would I be here? And yes, darkness, if indeed I am the goddess of hell, as you say, and as it's proclaimed, hell has no power over me because I am the goddess of it. I rule over all of it. So you gave this devil this devil, which is not, and then Satan. You made altered, entities out of the story of Lucifer, the story of the goddess of hell. You know what I mean? Hades, Persephone. If you look past any story other than Christianity, and you look into the rulers of the dark spaces, they're none of what Christianity painted them to be. All things are of God and all things are good. Not to say that all things have beautiful fucking, shapes and forms, and they're not surprising to us, because our eyes are not. Anytime you see something you've never seen before, it's shocking, bro. You're watching a movie and something jumps out and you're like, ah! It's just a fucking reflex, dude. You're shocked by something new. Okay? Now, all of this, right? Your spirit knows what my spirit is. And all spirit that is knows why I'm here and what it is. And what is it? I'm an antenna of light here in the dark. Only something of the dark can walk through the darkness without being a flickness. So yes, indeed, there's not a level of darkness or pain or suffering that I haven't seen, can't endure, and can't get you out of. Amen. End of the story. What do you fear most? I don't fear. I don't fear what you fear, therefore I'm all powerful. Is it because my flesh is all powerful? No, it's because God is inside of me. And he created whatever I'm walking up to. And he's made a purpose for me to consume it. In the sense of, that's all I do. I take in darkness and turn it to light. I am a literal an alchemist is what they call that shit. All day I'm transmuting dark energy. Everywhere I go, I'm picking it off of people, experiences. Fucking Kanye, what he just did, that was so dark. I gotta take that on and try to make light of this. Forgive him, for this is what he's doing. And he, you know what I mean? Is he aware? Maybe, but not really. Because he's attacking his own brother. Come on now. These are his own people. He's hurting those closest to him. Can you relate in his pain and suffering? Can you see him as nothing more than a person, a child, hurting? But this is, you step back in your skin and you're like, you fucking motherfucker, you piece of shit, you evil, somebody kill this motherfucker. Kill him now. He should never have children. Why do you let him talk? You can see him as evil. Or you can see him as hurt. And that's where it is. It's like the things that you see evil and I don't see that. I see God. So going back to that, yeah, that's me, the goddess of the underworld. The underworld is a card of self-created bondage, an idea, a belief, an ambition, demanding career, love of money, desire, a person of or group of people that stops you moving forward. You hear that? That's gross. That's throat chakra nastiness. Ugh. All right. A self-created bondage means you believe something so bad that you can't break this, an idea that you have to go after. And you think of anything else but this idea. A belief system, meaning I could never do that. An ambition, meaning, I can't stop until I get there. A demanding career, meaning I'm nothing without if I don't do this, then what will I do with my life? A love for money, meaning I'm good, but I got to get more to be good, to be fully good. A desire could be anything, bro. A person, that you're literally trapped to, or a group of people that stops you from moving forward. This card represents your shadow, the part of you you don't want to look at, the part of you you want to deny, where you hide even from yourself, your fears, your weaknesses, your desires. I'm seeing Peter Parker the pussy. Peter Parker was a pussy. Say it with me. Peter Parker was a pussy. He was. He couldn't stand up to himself. He couldn't tell the girlfriend, that the girl he loved, that he had a, you know what I mean? He couldn't do anything. He was just a pussy. He was a push-around pussy, a pencil-pushing pussy. It's Peter Parker. Do you understand? It didn't mean that he didn't have it in him to fight the bullies. It didn't mean that he didn't care about, you know what I mean? All that stuff, he had to, something had to be put in him to believe in himself to take on such things. He could never talk to the girl until after he was Spider-Man. But it wasn't Spider-Man. She didn't say, put on the suit and make love to me. It was Peter Parker she was in love with, not Spider-Man. She accepted you as Spider-Man. Going back to Iron Man, she accepted you as fucking bunk-ass, weenie-ass Tony Stark. But the Iron Man makes you a better man. They're just mere men. And they deny their powers and shit until they put on a suit. Marshall, pass the mic, bitch. Just saying that, and that's Lewis. He's nothing if he doesn't put on his suit. Take the suit off, bro, and you're still amazing. You can actually be free now and be anything. You can actually wear those clothes longer than your walk to your fucking suit of shame. They're just the parts of you that you hide, even from yourself. Your fears, your weaknesses, your desires, you're ashamed of. Impulses like lust, desires for power. No, it's Bobby. It's like, dude, that's exactly what we hold together, is lust and power. I'm all powerful and lustful over you. Selfishness, greed, envy, anger, rage. All the things you might consider evil. But that's exactly what, you know what I mean? The anger and the rage is what they had to harness. You know what I mean? Their envy and, their selfishness is what, selflessness, it turns. That's what makes them super, is just harnessing it. All the things you might consider evil, but which we all feel secretly. They are locked away in a darkness, but they are nonetheless not coming from an outside energy or an agency, such as the devil, which this card traditionally is called, and certainly not a separate entity living within you, but rising from a primitive, instinctive part of your mind. I'm seeing myself raging about the baby daddy. Man, I was raging at him. I can't really describe it, but I was raging. And I'm sure I had raged about him many times before, but it was the first time I felt it in my spirit. There's lots of things I've done in this life, but as a spirit, this is the first time I'm experiencing such things. You know what I mean? It's all new to me. Because I'm not doing it through my mind, I'm doing it through my heart. I feel it. I'm not thinking about it. I feel what's happening. Right? So going back to, here's an example, right? So the first time I saw Bobby, I was trying to be a friend, be respectful and stuff. And yet it still poured out of my mouth. And he went to give me a hug goodbye. And I'm holding him and I can feel... Later, it takes me a long time to figure it out. Like, I'm just feeling this unbelievableness inside of me. What am I feeling, bro? You're not gonna like this. I figured it out later. I can feel the memory of him inside of me while he's hugging me. I can't see it. I can't see the memory, but I can feel it. I'm like, what is this fucking feeling I'm having? I can literally feel it inside of my fucking guts, dude. You're like, in there? Yeah, in there. I'm like, what is going on? I can feel all these things. That wasn't like, he didn't put that in there, dude. That was a memory. That was a primordial feeling inside of me that was awoken when I got near him again. A spark of life that, a shadow part of me that I had completely denied. The feeling of a man inside of me. Like, oh my God, what is this? It's not the devil, bro. What'd you do to me? What is going on? Took me a little while. Let me figure this out. What was that? What was that? And in the sense of, it's a shadow part of you, right? So then, like, for example, I'm being very blunt and honest about my feelings. You have to be very honest about your visions and your memories, bro. I have to go through my feelings to find my memories. Because they're gone. Only when I dig deep into my hard feelings can I find these terrible memories where they came from. But I don't have any memories. You have the power to look through your visions and find your pains and do it the opposite way, where you don't have to feel so... Maybe you do, once you see them. Because, yeah, once I see them, it hurts. It really hurts. I'm not talking about the sex. I still can't see nothing. I have no memories of those. I really don't. So everything is new. But in the sense of, like, these are parts of you that are inside that you have totally forgotten live inside of you, that you deny. And that's truly what happened. Like, he was talking to me before. We were talking about just meeting up and being friendly. And so I did it. But that's not what happened. I felt all sexual about him. And he was like, we're not going to mess around. And I started, like, crying. He didn't see it, but I was telling him it really happened. I got all, like, overwhelmed and flushed with these feelings, like, I can't have you. And I was so confused. Like, I didn't even know I fucking wanted you. Now I'm crying about I can't, and I told you to stay away from me, and oh my God, I have no idea what's going on in me. It was so real. Go back to, like, my November videos. This is really, really what happened. I had no idea that I even wanted him. And then when you know what I mean? It's like, what is happening inside of me? And that's what it means. It's like, this isn't the devil. These are really, listen. They are arising from a primitive, instinctive part of your mind. Problems arise when you deny your shadow and instead project it into others people, assigning them the shameful thoughts and desires which lie within you. So in essence, Kanye always felt bad about his kids and what, you know what I mean? And that they weren't natural kids. So now he wants to take it out on his friends for they're not natural kids. But all of them did it because it was normalized. They were all doing it. All of them got pregnant with twins, dude, doing that shit, dude. They were all doing it. It was like a whole fucking Hollywood thing, bro. Let's not forget that Jennifer Lopez did it as well. You know what I mean? Did all that artificial insemination to get fucking, twins. Then they did it. Who else did it? Lots of them, bro. It was a fucking movement. They were sticking gerbils in their ass at one time, too, for fucking weird reasons. They're weird. Hollywood people are weird. But in the sense of he's just projecting upon them his own shameful thoughts and desires that lie within him. In the sense of he's always acting up at people. But instead of sitting, you know what I mean? He doesn't know how to use his words, obviously. So he does actions, too, that are just absolutely absurd. Is he coming from an evil place? No, he's coming from a hurtful little childlike place. But on the outside, he looks like an evil, disturbed person that's just out to hurt everybody. And then you can look at Marshall, and you can look at the words that came out of that guy's mouth and how he took it out on people and just destroyed people with the same thing, with their own truths. I'm gonna use your truth against you so hard that nobody will ever talk to you again. And I'm gonna use mine to make everyone feel sorry for me. Right, Russ? Come on, guys. This type of shit needs to stop. First off, you are forgiven because you're unaware that you're playing these type of games. You have no idea, but it is just a game. You're shadow boxing. You're hurting each other. Going back to Kendrick and this fucking show, bro. You're lucky that Drake's a good, you know what I mean? He's got a good soul. That he didn't lash back out in his feelings and you know what I mean? That we didn't have to lose one. Going back to Pac and Biggie and Diddy and all of this fucking shit, bro. It's all just a show of of your ego and your feelings, bro. And we're rhyming for show. Alright, going back to it. It's like, so that you can feel this is it. Instead projected onto other people, assigning them the shameful thoughts and desires which lie within you, so you can feel superior and self-righteous. And that's what he said in that message. Not even acknowledging that she didn't even carry your children. You didn't even have sex with your wife to make your children, bro. So what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? How can you possibly talk about another person that's just as guilty of the same crime you are? And it's not a crime. All's forgiven. But in the sense, that's not what's wrong with your children. Or it could be. But do you think do you think they deserve any less love or fame or fortune? That goes back to Seer, you guys. And I started to wonder if that's what June did with Russ. Was he meant for this, or did she put it upon him? In essence, dude, if you know your kid is going to be born with a hard life, you pray to God to give him, mercy. And that's what the whole story about Seer. She went to God because her son was going to, he was going to have disabilities and he was going to have a difficult life. And the gods gave her a potion to make them all beautiful. It turned out tragic, and that's not exactly how the story went. But in essence, when you're desperate, when a parent's desperate, and they've made many movies about it, and you hear me too, I'll do anything for my children. Any sacrifice of hell I'll do for my children. Going back to it, what's done is done, and these are God's children to look after. He wouldn't let you create them, because even you and your all power in the lab, something could have went wrong. Whereas there's those of us that something did go wrong. God came in and said, no, not this one, not this time. He let you create them because he has a plan for their lives. And they will have a life. And that goes back to the children that have spectrums, and they are, I've met a lot of them, and I've had this conversation. I had it in Arizona. There was a lot of spectrum kids, and I tried to ask God. One of them was placed there as karma, where they have no control of the body or the mind, and they have to just sit there and watch the world pass them by. This is their karma for their next life. It's tragic, but yeah, it's their karma, dude, for their transgressions in other lives. Some of them, most of them, children in general, bro, are nothing but love and light. And that's Colin Farrell's child. He'll tell you that child brings nothing but love to this world. When they wheel them into the room, bro, whether they're pushing a straw, like, Stephen Hawkins, or whatever they might be doing in their spectrum, every person, every human knows. Don't mind the children. They don't know. You have to teach the children. They might be a little mean in what they're saying, but every adult knows to bow to this child as it walks through the room. As I sit here with my hands in prayers and my eyes teared, that's a soul that took on that form to teach people compassion. Most definitely the parents. But everyone that meets that child. When we go into a DMV, we go into a public space, and there's a child on a spectrum that's acting up. And we'll use this word because some old people don't know what spectrum means. A spectrum means a mentally retarded person. They don't call it one thing now. It means that there's some kind of deficiency, and we don't use those words. But they have some kind of retardation, is what we used to call it in the 80s and before that. Now, science, we have a better verbiage for it for you older heads, and it's called spectrum. When you go into public and there's a person, and they're there, your soul stops and shows love and compassion and reverence for this soul that's passing by you. It demands love. They don't get they don't get to live a life like us, but their life is so much more important than ours. In their own presence, bro. They don't have to come out here and have jobs and have babies and have lives and wives and trials and tribulations. Granted, most of them can't have conversations and they need to be well taken care of. They're royalty, guys. They're royalty. In essence, you don't understand it because their special needs. That makes them royalty. They need to be cared for in a royal way. They need to be wiped. They need to be fed. They need to be dressed. You would only do such things to royalty. They're royalty. And when you get them dressed and you take them out in public, every soul, no matter what that soul is doing when it walks by, will show love to this royal child, no matter what age it goes on, Their life is ever powerful. But they don't live a life like us, and you feel that they have less life because they can't do the things that we can do. But you don't know what they do to a room. You don't know how much joy they bring to the people around them. You look at them and you think, God, that would be so hard. I could never do that. But that's where you would find your strength, because if that was your child, you would find out that you could carry this, 17-year-old, 145-pound child up the stairs and put it in the bath. You could wash this child until he's 35, 45, 50. This is your child, and you can carry this child till his last dying breath. You don't know your strength until you're faced with your child. Now all of you are God's children. And He cares about you just like that. And though I don't always see you that way, I really do see you as fucking mentally retarded. And you have no real disabilities. God reminds me that you're just children. Kanye is just a child and you think he's super mentally ill. Yeah, his brain is out of control. His emotions are out of control, but he's still a child of God. And all he needs is a father and a mother to help him work through his thoughts and his emotions that he can't handle by himself right now. Why does he have to be able to do that at his age after everything life has given him? To reach a certain age that you're all wise and you have it all figured out and you can take on everything. In America, they believe at 18, you're ready to go out and go to take on the big fat world. Some of us, dude, I did that shit. I was married with 2 children by 18 myself. I was a mother and married by 16. Miss Marilyn Monroe over there, same story. Mother Cabrini, no, she took care of the children. All the children were her children. All the immigrant children were her children. We're in hell, but they're self-made hells. And we can walk out of them. This happens not only to individuals, but to groups, religions, races, sexes, and even whole countries, leading to bigotry and hatred. The more the shadow is denied and repressed, the more powerful and destructive it becomes. The shadow is not evil. It also contains natural positive instincts, insights, and creativity. What does that mean? Well, some of my best parts are my darkest parts. Haven't you heard? You know what I mean? My insight and all my creativity, some of my best creativity is the dirty shit that comes out of my mouth. It's the best. It's the best. What did we say? Something about the king size wrapped up in his king size mattress or something? That was a good one. I don't know. I'll have to replay this and write it down somewhere. It came from the Holy Spirit. Which mine. Is there anything like mine? Nobody does it better. I assure you that. It is only, and why is that? And that's why people go to the Lilith for sexual powers. Because I had to understand the power that was given to me. But I really just toyed with the man that I denied to give it to. If you really listen to the stories. I'm not going to sleep with him. All right. Only on my... You know what I mean? Like, you really have to listen to the stories. It's like, why didn't I just fuck you the first time? Why do I keep fucking with you? I could have just fucked you the first time, and I wouldn't have to keep fucking with you. Just got pregnant, had the whole happy family, whoop-de-whoop. Instead, I just keep fucking with you. Why are you always fucking with me? In the sense of... Alright, let's go back to it. What's the story with Lilith and Adam? For those that don't know, it came down to that, sex. Adam's like, he wants to be on top because he is man. Like, no. That's not how this works. We're equal. No, I am man. No, we're equal. No, I am man. No, I'm out. That's it. That was it. At that moment. And that's where it's identified. It was a war. It was a war of the sexes is what they call it. And that's it. It's like, who's going to submit? Somebody has to submit. And I didn't submit. So then, he throws a cry to God. The woman you've made me has fled. So God, being all faithful, made him a woman that would submit to his every beck and call. It doesn't mean anything. He still loved his woman. But now he had another woman to love. That would be these gruesome threesome twosomes that I'm always stuck in. In the sense of, don't get me wrong, their Eves were created for them. They needed a helpmate. But their heart lies with me. Their passions, their desires, all of that, it stays with me. You're just there to cater to their broken egos. And what you don't know is there's a 130-year span where he leaves her. Like Adam left Eve? Uh-huh. It's in the story. You're like, what? Yeah, go read your Bibles, guys. Come on. It's not my favorite part. They left me all out of that shit. Fuck that. Just kidding. I'm all in it. I'm in it to win it. Going back to this bullshit. The shadow is not evil. It contains your natural positive instincts. By understanding your shadow, it's only by understanding your shadow that you will progress, recognize destructive impulses when they arise, balance desire against good, knowing when you are blaming others for what lies within you. On the path of initiation, this often manifests as resentment against the initiator. That's me. This is the highest moral quest. True spirituality means accepting your shadow and taking responsibility for it. And only then can you be in a relationship with the divine. And that goes back to what I told you as a transcendental being. You can't transcend the consciousness without literally taking the trip, as Carl Jung said, into the subconscious, or as described by Dante's, the Divine Comedy, is, you have to go into the inferno and into purgatory. In order to it, you have to go in and what they call is grab the Philosopher's Stone, which is your gold, your light. You have to go into your darkness to grab your light in order to shine. And your darkness is only your feelings. It's your beliefs. It's all of the things that you fear. All the things that you're shameful of. I'm trying to see how I can relate this, because not everybody has experienced homelessness. But like those people that blame me, they're like, oh, you fucking homeless bitch, you fucking broke bitch, you ain't got no house type bitch. Those bitches are usually the type of bitches that really don't own their own apartment either. They live off of a man. They've never had their own home. So they're projecting on me because somebody has projected this on them. And instead of wearing it on their own skin, they'd rather put the shame and the blame and the guilt of it on me. You know what I mean? It's like, you're this and you're that. I'm not. But you're putting it on me because there's parts of me that you see in yourself, and now you want to make me the bad part of you just to have a reason not to like me. But truthfully, there's no reason when you realize I'm just like you, and and the parts that you don't like about me are just parts you don't like about you. Going back to Bianca, again, this was way before I awoke in this. I was still dealing with the shame of my own fucking game. I didn't understand why I was, you know what I mean, why I was so sexual with Bobby. Why I let myself do that when I knew he was married and I was supposed to be, and I'm celibate and I'm a respectful woman and I don't have no business messing with this. And why did I ever do such things? I was so fucking, I was so confused as to why I did what I did and so ashamed of it. So then here comes, summertime. Bianca's caught giving fucking, Kanye a blowjob in the middle of public. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It was broad ass daylight when I fucking went and saw him, and I did it on purpose in that particular reason. It's to be proud of it. I'll be this in the daylight. I'm not gonna hide in the dark. I know they can see me. I know everybody can see me. And I don't care because I'm doing this because one, I like this and I want to experience this and I want to see if I can remember this. And I know you like this and I know I'm good at this and I want to try this one more time. And I'm doing this because I love you. So I'm about to fucking totally blow you in the middle of this park in broad daylight with all these families and in this business and everybody walking by, and I don't give a fuck because I love you. And I love myself enough to do this because I really like doing this and I don't give a shit who fucking sees. Now, mind you, that took a long bit of time and space and healing to own the fact that, bitch, I'm going to blow you any. That's what I said, too. When I went back, nobody knew exactly what had happened. The only person I totally told what happened was Marshall for a minute. Then it kept pushing me out because he came out with that blowjob video. Couldn't hide my shadows. It was all over the place. It was in my reality, what I had just done. I couldn't hide what I had just done. I made the video the very next day. And I told him, I was like, look, bro. I know it might look disgraceful, but in essence, if I was your woman, I love you that much, dude, and I'm feeling it, dude, I'm going to pull your pants down and I'm going to fucking totally blow you. Why? Because I'm good at it and you're probably going to love it. And why don't I just do it? Because I like to. Don't shame my game. And that's what I realized. But then you're like, oh, but you're a whole high priestess and you don't have sex and you don't do all this stuff. Yeah, that's kind of how I saw myself. But then I started discovering myself. Now go back to the beginning of this story and he says I can't have no dick. And I'm like, what? I didn't even want your dick. Oh my God. Just going back to it. It's a natural impulse. You want to blow them? I don't know. I mean, maybe if you're as good at it as me. And that goes back to the ancients. Go back to the teachings of Lilith. There was a lot of that going on. Not so much sex. A lot of foreplay. Right? Because I'm not having sex with you. That means I'm going to have babies. I know how this works. Sex equals babies. Babies. Sex. Sex. Babies. Nope. Later. I'm just going to blow and go. Night of Wands energy. And then, in the sense of, I take it out on Wolfman about him using his sexual prowess against, as all-powerful. But you can see, I feel all-powerful using my sexualness against Bobby in his situation. You're very lucky I don't use it for anything else other than the fact that I love you. Because I'm very dangerous with this. I could be, having orgies and shit. Just like, I love this. I fucking love this. I fucking love this. I love this. Could be bad if I gave into these shadows in such ways. But we're going to keep it in, on the highest moral quest. We're limiting it to love and not lust. I'm only doing this for the people I love. But again, I was telling him, it's like, you're just lusting people. Well, that's pretty much what I do too. I mean, like, if you go back to the true story of why did you ever, because I was going to fucking fuck the shit out of that kid. He kept fucking with me. You keep fucking with me, dude, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you. And that's exactly what was my intention. And that is exactly what started this problem, but it's not. It was just... the primordial part of me that awoken with that fucking intention. It's always laid deep and dormant inside of me. I was always that bitch. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, bitch. Lay down. That's what Taz says. So, dude, I'm spreading their legs like fucking eagles. Oh my god, I fell off the bed when she said that shit, bro. I was like, we were talking about blowjobs, obviously. She said, I'm fucking spreading their legs like eagles, bro. And a cup of water. I was like, oh my god. You're a Lilith. Come here, you succubus. Then fucking Russ tries to come out and make a song like this bitch knows how to suck a dick. Alright, she knows how to suck your dick. Fine, whatever. And the tip. Try to take on Mr. 9 3/4 over there, bitch. Anyways, you couldn't ever. They wouldn't want you. They want a real one. This got real dark and dingy, of course. Why? Because, dude, that's pretty much my dark side. It's very dirty. I'm not really about all that, vengeance and shit. I mean, sometimes, not really. It's not really my forte. It's just not. Read the stories. It's never been. Morgan, the goddess of war, is really it. It's just like I'm fighting for the true causes and, rallying the troops. I'm always ready to fight. That's my Queen of Swords. I'm ready to fight, but it's not like I'm really starting the fights. It's not really like my fight. I'm just part of the fight. You bring Achilles. It's not my fight. That's not my king. I'm just, they called me. I'm here. Let's fuck shit up. I mean, Callie, it's like I was chilling until you called me, and now I gotta fuck shit up. Like, I'm here to fuck shit up. That's it. But in the sense of I'm not really that evil being. Like, I'll fuck it up if I have to, but more of the love and light shit. All right. Anyways, reverse meaning. When the underworld appears reversed, it shows that you have become aware that you are trapped in an unhealthy relationship. Was it my picture? Did I remind you? Dependence or addiction, and now you wish to free yourself. Oh, well. However, you must be prepared for the difficulties along the way, as others may not want you to change. I know, right? Your drug dealer doesn't want to stop losing money. The people that get high with you don't want to stop losing money. Your girlfriend doesn't want to stop losing money. Whatever your dependence is, your dependents don't want to stop losing their money. There's a lot of money to gain on you and your unhealed ways, people. You will have your own fears to battle along the way, but preserve, and it will be worth it in the end. And one day you can be an advocate or something. You can help somebody that was weak like you. You can be a story for somebody else's weak shit. When you get through your own weak shit. It's not. It's a very hard battle, but just keep in mind that people have done it before you. And look to them. Look to your elders. Shut up, Loki. I'm going to go through the middle because I didn't like it. I'm going to go to the good stuff. Oh, dude, it's the good stuff. It's the Emperor. I just want to point out, we're like, I'm a weirdo. Don't mind me. I'm a weirdo. Having a lot of fun, though. This is all you're going to do. I don't know what to do with my day, dude. All I can do is what I like to do, and I like to do this. I like digging in God's bullshit. I'm telling you all of God's shit and everybody else's. Not always. What else am I supposed to do today? God hasn't given me shit to do today, so, I went to the dentist. I went to appointments. Did some stuff. What other stuff? What, you want me to go to Walmart or something? All right. If the lady is the great mother, then the Lord is the great father, and his card reflects the concept of fatherhood. Oh, are we going to have a baby? Just kidding. The concept of fatherhood in its wildest sense, and speaks of power, control, structure, order, organization, and stability, as well as the consequences of action. This is a time of stability when you feel confident and in control of your circumstances. You may be manifesting something in the world, whether it is a child. Dude, if you guys don't stop, it's coming. What? A man. How much sex do you think we're going to have before we make a baby, bro? I'm ripe. Shut up! That's not funny. You're ready to be a father? It comes with the job. He knows it. Whoever he is. He knows it. He knows that he's gonna give me a baby. I'm gonna give you a baby. What, like in my mouth or like for real? Because for real, God wants me to really have your baby, dude. Like 2 of them. Are you really gonna stick this out? Other than your dick in my mouth? Seriously, that's why I'm not fucking around. And then they shared that shit last night, and that's why I was like, oh, I need a break. In the sense of, that's what I'm working towards, dude. A man and a woman come together and they make a child of God. It's part of the fucking destiny. Shut up. I know, right? It's like, but you have children. I know. It's like, how many more, God? I don't know. He keeps populating the planet with all his children. What do you want me to say? That's what we're made to do. Whether it is a child, a business enterprise, or a work of art. Oh man. Oh, are we trademarking our child like Kanye and Kim? Shut up. Jesus is coming for the child, stupid. Didn't even want to even point that out. You forget that part? Saw that too yesterday. This is a heavy duty this is a heavy duty destiny. Yeah, we don't just have children. The Holy Spirit comes and takes them to protect them. It's in the books. That's why I was like, I need a break. And that's what all the cards are. You might be walking, in your purpose and all that. Yeah. I'm looking for the key master. In the sense of, that's really what's going to happen, bro. We fall in love. Our love, we create children. Our children, we, all this stuff and stuff. You guys want a destiny. You want a purpose. God has great purpose of your life, going back to the spectrum children and stuff. Your life is here with great purpose. Little do you know it, you're literally taking the steps to it, but once you really start stepping into it, it becomes kind of terrifying because you can't stop it then. You never could stop it. You just didn't know you were on that direction. But yeah, you've seen it. You've seen your future. You know how this goes, bro. You just can't imagine. How am I going to get from there to there? You're going in that direction, dude. You're literally already doing it. You're just trying to make it go faster, and you don't understand why it doesn't look the way you think it should look. It's not. You see it down a pipe hole, right? You see this vision down the line, but you're not going to go down that line to get to it. You can just see the end. So your mind makes up this idea of how you get there, but that's not how you're getting there, right? So, like, Lewis has always seen himself as a championship winner. He saw that he would have to go this step and 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 this step. But he didn't see any of this. And it's like you have this perception that it's going to take so much to get from here to there. Time and space is what you see. You see obstacles in your way. You see time and obstacles in your way. But it's not real. Because you're not going that way. You think that you're going that way because you think you're going the same way as somebody else. You see somebody else's destiny and how it played out in their life. It's not true. You can't see it. All you can see is the end. And you're supposed to enjoy the ride. But instead, you're trying to calculate which direction to go based on what you know you're supposed to be doing. What the fuck am I doing, God? What am I doing? I'm getting better. I'm delivering messages. I'm doing exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to be fucking doing. I thought I was supposed to be doing more with my life today, God. Nope, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing to get to your greatness. You're becoming great. And just these little, measures. What's up?
Can you give me good luck to get this thing?
Give you good luck?
Yeah.
How about you just believe that you're going to get it without me giving it to you? How about you just say, I got the power.
I got the power.
Say it. I got the power to get this shit.
I got the power to get this.
Alright. Now go get it. Or is it, how about, instead of saying that, it's going to be given to me. It's much easier if it's given to you. Just tell yourself that instead you don't got to look for it.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get it? Because you weren't looking for it. It's going to be given. That's the next thing is like, do you really have to go out and get it? No, it's coming to you. You just have to work through the obstacles in between the time and space that it comes to get you. What's meant for you is yours. You've already seen it. It's coming for you. You don't have to work at it. You just have to live till it gets... I mean, you do when the things tell you what to work at, but you don't have to be chasing it. Because you think that by this time you should have had it. If you did this, it should be here. Whatever it is. But what's funny is, especially as a Sagittarius, you can be, you can get lost in those desires. You see that this is your goal, and you're trying to get towards it, and then all of a sudden, the goal changes. but you're still going. So you're like, I'm going to keep going there, but now I'm going towards something different, but in the same direction. And that's kind of God. You know what I mean? Changing the fucking meat on the display. That's all I can say about that. Alternatively, you may require some expert, or you may be required to exert some self-control, reining in an errant child or external circumstances on or your own emotions. Always remember that other people are not controllable, and it is unwise to try. Instead, you can demonstrate real qualities of leadership by and lead by example. All right, that goes back to the book. I posted it after I did that video about exorcisms and shit. I went to walk my dog. I came back in. Somebody had dropped off a bunch of donations of books. My spirit looked down, and on the top of the book, it said 200 spells. And I grabbed the book. It was a brand new book, and the lady's like, oh, I want that. I was like, I just did a video about, people opening doorways and not knowing what it is. She's like, no, I do all of that spiritual stuff. And I was like, well, how about you watch my video and then we can talk about it. So I wrote down my video, and then she gets on the freaking elevator with me. I was like, look, I was only going to take this to protect people. If you promise to watch my video before you use this, then I'll give it to you. And that's really it. It's like people are not controllable. I can't take away their ability, and that's what I was trying to say. It's like somebody's going to read this book and start practicing fucking magic in this fucking halls. Who better to be here when they do it? Who better to be here when they do it? Do you know what I mean? But it was a brand new book, straight off the fuck it. Like, nobody even touched it. And what other books were in there? Some Harry Potters? There's probably more. And that's it. They're just donating them to the freaking good cause. Yeah, let's teach a bunch of Venezuelans and let's teach everybody magic. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. But is that synchronistic or not? Do you know what I mean? At the sense of magic, it comes to me. The things, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If I'm teaching about magic, now everybody's finding magic, and now they have a teacher. You know what I mean? The things, the pieces, the reality materializes around you. Right? The Lord is a figure of authority, perhaps a father or a father figure, a leader, employer, or some other professional. He might be an influencer or a trustworthy person in your life who gives you good advice. That's the fathering in me. Reverse meaning. Reverse of the benign lord of the animals who is prepared to sacrifice himself for the good of his children is a petty tyrant who tries to dominate others with rigid rules and principles and takes no account of human feelings and crushes the spirit of those under his influence. Kanye West, take a bow. And right now, I gotta say it too. Fucking Kendrick Lamar, take a bow. He's a petty tyrant who's trying to dominate others with his rigid rules and principles that take no account for human feelings and crushes the spirit of those under his influence. Meaning he's making people choose between him and fucking Drake. Make a choice. Where's your alliance? With your fucking stupid principles and shit. Because he likes young girls. I don't even know really what to say about it when these young girls are trying to be grown. I saw this thing that popped up where Millie Brown said something about, she did an interview talking about when she was talking to him as an underage. Hey, newsflash, all of you were talking to her when she was underage. You were talking to all of them when they were underage. You were doing drugs and alcohol around them when they were underage. You treated them like they were adults, but they were fucking children. Going back to Miley Cyrus and fucking, you know what I mean, Justin Bieber, fucking Selena Gomez, you know what I mean, fucking the Smiths and shit. These were fucking kids. These were fucking kids that you fucking brought into fucking adult scenes. Fucking cocaine and fucking weed and fucking alcohol and fucking all this shit. Let me bring you in my studio. The fuck? The fuck is wrong with you? Going back to it, Lewis, I know Lewis drove Millie in one of his cars at over 200 miles an hour. Put her in fucking danger. A fucking kid. For the cameras. Yeah, he's a great driver, but accidents could happen. You know what I mean? It's all fucking funny games and shit. You know what I mean? You guys put these fucking kids out there and shit. Ugh. And then thinking about Justin Bieber being a father. He's a whole fucking father. Can you believe that? He's responsible for a child, dude. He has this child at home, a small child, like a year or two. And right then, oh shit. The 2s to 3s, dude. The terrible 2 starts at a year and a half, and it goes until 4 years old, bro. Where they just fucking throwing fits. They're just fucking crazy ass stuff. They're fucking crazy. They're fucking crazy. They're tearing up shit. They're throwing shit. They're screaming at shit. They're eating shit. They're shitting on shit. It is fucking crazy. Does he seem like the type of man that can handle a crazy child for 4 years? Let's hope it's a healthy crazy child. How's this girl going to handle it? What kind of people are in the house with this child just having fun, crazy? You know, running around banging on shit and shit. No, they're trying to be celebrities and shit. I'm just saying. True story. True story. You ever heard kids? Holy shit. They're fucking crazy. Got a couple of them myself. I'm supposed to have a couple more. Obviously. Anyways, examine whether you are in danger of becoming such a person or whether you have fallen under the influence of one. Alternatively, he can be the weak, indecisive man who is afraid to stand up for what he believes in or make tough decisions. Peter Parker was a pussy. Say it with me. Peter Parker was a pussy. Are you a Peter Parker or are you a Spider-Man? And really, is it just that you put on a suit and you're still a pussy? Because Spider-Man's still a pussy. Spider-Man's still a pussy and he still has to go to school and he has to still listen to Aunt May and he's still a pussy. Do you understand the venom suit? Shut up, Marshall! You and your fucking pussy ass shit. Fucking I. In the sense of, Kanye's a pussy. Kanye's a whole ass pussy. He's a whole ass tyrant out here trying to dominate others with his rigid fucking beliefs and principles. He's a whole ass pussy. But he's still God's ass pussy ass kid. And God loves him. We don't have to fucking love him, dude. But we gotta show him love, dude. In his pussy ass fucking ways, bro. Same thing with fucking Trump. He's a whole ass pussy. You pussy ass. You know, like you call our president. Oh, somebody's posting. It's probably Kanye. You pussy. I can hear him in my... Yeah, dude, I hear the frequencies, dude. I feel it, bro. They're like, I don't know what you're... Shut up, bro. I can hear your fucking pussy-ass frequency. Going back to it. They really have no power. They have no power other than the power that you give them to feed their stupid-ass egos. But they're egotistical, and they're really just children. And in the sense of, they're all powerful to God. He's not going to allow you to hurt them. I mean, there's consequences for, you know, Kanye's mouth. They keep taking everything away from him. He can't perform. He can't do anything. He's about to lose his little bit of platforms. They've already shut him down a couple of times. There's consequences for what he does. But ultimately, that's God's problem. And there's a lot. They're all over the place. They're tyrants, dude. They're just out here fucking projecting their fucking evil ass fucking opinions and fucking, you know, feelings on everybody else. He's just mad. He's just butthurt because his kids came out of a laboratory and that Jay-Z and fucking Beyonce got Grammys and shit. He's just butthurt about everybody in the industry and that he's not. He's taking it out on anybody in the industry. And I don't, as far as P. Diddy, I don't even know, bro. Like, again, that's beyond logic. He's got to hold on to, you know, something. Like attracts like. The fact is, he's trying to take his children down with him. You're not going to win. You're going to lose your children doing that. The sun will come out today or tomorrow. The truth will be told. I really... Alright, we'll just end on this card. Because this is what it ends on. The sun. The truth. All truth. Everything comes to the truth. I told you, during this retrograde, you're going to see the weirdest shit you ever done see. It's the weirdest shit you ever saw, right? The sun is the light that comes after the darkness, right? After you go through hell, you come back to heaven. Only you go back down to hell again. It's an annoying ride all the time. You'll get used to it. Let's see. Signifying a positive outcome after struggles. They might not have been as bad as you feared, and the phantasms and fears of the night melt away at the dawn. The sun is a kind of rebirth that assures you that the dark days are over. When the sun comes out, he brings hope, success, passion, enthusiasm, confidence, youthful energy, health, and abundance. This is your day in the sun. It is time for fun, creativity, self-expression, and enjoying life. I did all that here in this video. That little bit, that was the most fun I'll have. I don't talk like that to my children. I mean, I speak, you know, when I'm with the spirits, but I don't just sit around having conversations looking like a creepo person. It happens when I'm sitting outside smoking and burning shit. They get into my freaking psyche and we start laughing and stuff, but I try not to do that in public so much. So a lot of it, you know, this is my place of expression where I can let the spirits out, mine and everything else. And that brings, you know, it's fun for me. It brings out my creativity, my self-expression, and, you know, it's what did I do fun today? I was adulting. This was the funnest part of my day. This is it. The hardship you have endured have given you, and the earlier videos were tense. You know what I mean? Not all of my videos are fun. The hardships you have endured have given you insight, and they were the things that were made obscured become clear. Everything falls into place. While the moon's gift was inspiration from the unconscious, that was my earlier video, the sun symbolizes the conscious mind prevailing over fears, illusions, clarity of intellect, philosophy, and science. Yeah, I can break it down to you. I can show you what it means in the spiritual, and I can show you what it means in the material. While the moon requires passive surrender, the sun is active, beaming its radiant energy into the world. A bright flash of enlightenment brings about transformation. This is a higher level of conscious that enables you to see things from beyond your individual awareness. It is the light in your soul that connects to the soul light in other beings. Right now, we're only connected in pain. I mean, that's usually where you guys connect, you know, the misery loves company and shit. But I can connect with the light inside of you. But unfortunately, I have to go through your pain to get to it. And that goes back to the spirit inside of a possessed person. I can get it to come out. I can connect to your light and anything else that's in all the darkness on the way to your light. And I can get it to, I can literally put it inside of myself and be okay. I can literally transmute any kind of pain and suffering and darkness into me, and it'll be okay. I can make light of it. You know, so going back to you guys and your, you know, your weenie attacks to hurt my ego, I suppose. Not likely. Not likely. Because I don't think out of the mind. You know what I mean? In the sense of, you can't have mind control over someone that's mindless. I work through the mind, the programming, the memories, if I can find any, the thoughts, any kind of information that was ever shoved in there. Right? But otherwise, no. I don't live in my thoughts. I don't live in my mind. So, let's see. It brings the realization that life is not mundane drudgery, but spiritual and eternal. This energy of the sun is within your soul, ever present, waiting to shine. And that's God and Goddess, dude. That's the dark and the light. It's all inside of you. All right, the reverse meaning is still a positive card, but the clouds now appear in the sky. It can suggest a simple, happy time such as a holiday, but suggests that there are some niggling worries in the background. The light is not as bright as it could be, but maybe you are feeling that you are in somebody's shadow, or perhaps you have lost some of your enthusiasm and joy for life. Well, you know, if you're feeling down, there's lots of ways to pick yourself up, but it's not usually outside of you. The pick-me-up is you picking yourself up. You know what I mean? You're picking up your heart, you picking up your dignity, you picking up your pride, or just leaving it there. In the sense of dignity and pride, it's like, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to even try to pretend like I'm proud of what I've done. I'm just going to leave it there. Leave it there. All right. Well, we're facing our shadows. The parts of you that you deny that are really actually pretty important. Are you denying yourself sexual pleasures? That's where I'm pretty fucked off. I gotta be honest. That's exactly what my problem is. We made jokes. It's not. I was crying really hard about it. It's like I can do all kinds of healing, but the sexual healing is all being held back. I need my Lord. Ah! Get it? My Lord. My God. Anyways, the Emperor is about that, is, you know, about the practicality, but it's about the, you know what I mean, the higher view, the oversetting of really what the purpose of your existence really it is. In the sense of your divine masculine, your purpose here is based on your divine masculine, how what you will work out. You know what I mean? So if you were to ask what my divine masculine purpose here is spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God. Those are actions, those are titles of this world. If you ask what my divine feminine purpose is, I'm the high priestess here in the flesh. You know what I mean? So you have to have a title. There's titles to coming to whatever you are in this world. What am I going to do meanwhile? Or what do I do for money? I'm going to do housekeeping. I come from a long line of housekeepers. My mom was a professional housekeeper. I started there, and that's where, you know, my abuse came from, you know what I mean, that. And I've learned to take that and use it as a power. In the sense of my mom was a professional housekeeper, and she used to beat the shit out of me if I didn't keep the house clean. I was her own personal Cinderella. She would take me to, she'd have too many jobs, and she'd secretly take me to her jobs so that she had extra hands, and she'd teach me how to clean, and she'd make me clean, and she didn't pay me or anything. It was just my job to clean with her and then come home and clean our house. If she ever came home from work and the house wasn't clean, she'd beat the shit out of me. So I became a very cleanly person out of corporal punishment. And I've taken this pain and I've used it to have a beautiful home and to create beautiful homes everywhere I go. I do people's dishes, I clean, I organize. You can see it in all my videos. I remove clutter. I'm always very cleanly. So now I'm looking for a way to fit myself into this world. And I have to be the disgraceful thing that my mom was, but I never found as disgraceful. To be nothing more than a cleaner. And I'm fine with that because I have pride in what I do. I actually enjoy it. I like to actually clean. I don't care who I'm cleaning for. I find pride in it. It gives me a way of, you know what I mean? It makes me feel good when I look back and I can see what I've done and somebody will enjoy it and be pleased. And that's really the truth. That was my affection. If she came in and the house was clean, she was nice to me. So I get a sense of gratitude when I clean a house. And so for this time, until I can, you know, until this, my career materializes into making money, I'm going to do what's best for me and what I was trained to do, and I'm going to be a housekeeper. Do I want to be a supervising? Nope. I don't want to supervise other housekeepers. I'm just going to clean. Why? Because I like to. I don't need to have a great title. I just need to have money. And it's respectful to me. I respect what I do, and that's all that matters. I don't care if you don't respect me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. As long as I can provide for my family and the job I do, it brings me joy in that, and you know what I mean, and it pays the bills. And an honest day's work for an honest day's pay is how I look at it. And you know, when I was 16 years old, I was in a relationship with a drug lord, and then later learned how to become a drug lord myself. And I used to make unbelievable amounts of money that you can't even possibly imagine in my teen years. I've had, you know, great positions. I've had positions. I've been in places where I've had money and then I've not had money, and it's not really about money. I went to college. I've climbed ladders. I've had, you know, I've owned my own businesses. I've done all kinds of things. I'm just trying to do God's job, and I need to find a simple job that I can do so that I can give all my energy to God's job. As far as cleaning, it's not really, it's an enjoyment. Some people just do what they love, and that gives them peace, and that's practical to me. I love to clean. When I get off of here, I'm going to walk around in circles organizing shit, taking out trash, wiping shit down because I like to do it. I do it every time I walk into a room, you know. And then I don't know what else I'll do with myself. And then I'll do something else I like and something else that brings me joy. But, you know, going back to it, is like the Lord or the practice, you know what I mean? You got to find a place in this world that's helpful to yourself and to others. You have to have a place. You know what I mean? The Lord, the Emperor, is, you know, he's the ruler. You don't have to be a dominant ruler. You just have to lead by example. And that goes back to, you know, I take pride in it. As I say this to you, I see the butler and I see Martin Luther King, and it's like I'm proud of what my family taught me. You know what I mean? My mom, being a housekeeper, took us, you know what I mean, took us from poverty to, to better places, dude. She took her through all the way through college. She had a master's degree in criminology with an emphasis on juveniles, but did that and provided for 2 children and grandchildren and other people, you know what I mean, kept herself afloat by doing nothing more than cleaning houses. She went to college. She became, you know what I mean? She didn't actually get to fulfill those roles because she used her body up cleaning houses and doing drugs. So when she finally had that, that possibility, her body had given out by the time it was there. But nevertheless, that position, and that goes back to the butler, it's like, don't shame us for being helping hands. We're here to help. And you know what I mean? And yeah, I can do a great many things, but this is something, I don't have to be. I can be an Indian as much as a chief. And that's what it really comes down to. It's like, everybody wants to have such a successful, prideful position in this place. But, with great power comes great responsibility. And, the higher the title, the more the work. Doesn't mean that the pay is the best. You're sacrificing your family to have a great title. You're sacrificing a lot of yourself just for a title. And that title, typically everybody else carries the same title, so it's not even worth the sacrifice. Not when we're talking about the ones you love most. Think about it. And that's the truth and the sun of what we do. Whatever you do what makes... You can't always do what makes you happy, but don't do what makes you unhappy. Don't do things that make you unhappy. You can't always do things that make you happy, but do not do the things that make you unhappy. If there's anything I could teach you, if God took me away today, remember that. Lilith said, don't do the things that make me unhappy. I'm not supposed to do the things that make me unhappy. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know if I do that, it'll make me unhappy, and I know I'm not supposed to do what makes me unhappy. I'm not saying that the world is full of happiness. Just don't put yourself in places that are going to make you unhappy for other people's happiness. Because if you're there with them and you're unhappy, then they're not really happy. Me sacrificing myself, my kids are worried about it. We had this talk. They're like, don't get a... My daughter said it to me. She said, don't get an asshole boyfriend. She's worried for me because, they're all worried. Don't let this happen to you again. Don't get an asshole fucking boyfriend. You know what I mean? And that's all I can say is, when you're talking to your children or someone you love, it's like, don't do what doesn't make you happy. That's it. Mom, I want you to be happy. Just don't get an asshole. That's all. You just want them to be happy. Don't do what doesn't make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, then don't be with this person. If that job doesn't make you happy, then quit that job. I promise you'll get a better one. Don't do what doesn't make you happy. Why? Because all of us know what it means to be unhappy. And we don't wish that upon our children and our loved ones. And you are God's children, and I love you. And all I cannot tell you is just don't do what doesn't make you happy. Being trapped. You are trapped. You put yourself there. Get yourself out, please. That's what I'm here to do, is empower you to walk out of this hell that you've created for yourself. And yeah, I'm going to tempt you. Anything to get you out of it. Because you're not happy in it. I'm just quiet. It's like, I love Bobby to death. But more or less, Russ, Allie, fucking Lewis, I love them all, like, unbelievably. Sexually, no, not all of them. No. But it's like, just whatever, bro. Just get out of it so you could just be happy. I just really want you to be happy, Russ. I know this doesn't make you happy. Wolfman, I know you're not happy. And that's why I'm attacking you. And you're trying to attack me to show me that you are, but you're not. I can't stand it. It's not my unhappiness. It's just knowing that you're unhappy hurts me. Because I care. And I act like I don't. But it hurts me to see you suffer. I'm not unhappy. Listen to my videos. I'm not unhappy. I hurt sometimes. I bitch a lot, but I'm not unhappy. You guys are unhappy. I'm not saying my lifestyle is gonna make you fucking happy. It's gonna stress you the fuck out. But your lifestyles is what I'm trying to tell you is not, you're not happy. You think that I'm not because you couldn't find happiness in what I'm doing. And that's fine. You don't have to do what I'm doing. But you have to stop doing what you're doing. Ooh, my kids have to stop too. They need me. She's playing mommy. He's gonna get slapped around. Hey, I gotta get in there. I told you. Gotta go. Bye. Hey! They're alright. You better listen to her. She's gonna slap you around.
Sorry about